Hey everyone, it's Sunday, May 6, 2018, and it's time to go to work on music. It's been an amazing 24 hours since I last saw you guys, and I'm just in a really good place. I'm really happy, and stoked for a productive session as usual. Really getting down to brass tacks, I've started to realize that the only operating variable that's really hurting me significantly right now, or the main operating variable that's hurting me, is the timing piece. So I started putting some more focus on that, and just realized that it's all about just cutting off whatever I'm doing when the time limit for that has expired, and it's really painful. It's really painful. There's something about the unit bias in our brain. If you don't know what the unit bias is, it's like, oh, I'll just, it's hard for us for some reason to stop in the middle of a TV show or a movie or a bowl of food or something. It's like we want to there's some motivation, like we want to finish the bowl or finish the task that we're working on, and I think it's like the brain can kind of check something off so it doesn't have to expend any resources, like, freezing the progress where it is and then picking up later. But ironically, some learning science studies have been done that have showed that interrupting your studies in that way can actually lead to better retention down the line, and I think that's because the brain has to store it differently. But that's just speculation. So anyway, it feels weird, but I think it is the best way to do it, and it's really honestly the only thing that's working for me right now. So I'm just going to roll with that. I've tried a lot of different strategies, sleeping less, whatever. I don't think, honestly, one of the big revelations I've had is I don't think giving myself more time to do things is necessarily the answer. It may be in certain situations, but I think the main solution that's working for me right now is working more on efficiency. So just taking the time that I do have and being smarter about how I use it, instead of just trying to use the brute force approach of just throwing extra time at tasks. And then watching them balloon and still, missing the marks of the day, and getting things out of balance. So, and the reason is there's just so many things I want to do, man. There's so many things I'm excited about doing, that I enjoy, that I love, and planning things out and making sure I have a good strategy for the day is the way that I find a way to balance all that stuff and give myself downtime and rest, which is really important when we're pushing ourselves. And if I mess with that system the day of, it just becomes a lot more stressful, and I've just realized so much of the stress in my life is self-imposed as a result of that. So the reality is things are going great. I'm in a really good place. I don't really need to rock the boat or change anything significantly, but the other operating variable that I think is the next level for me is just deploying humility, making sure that my ego isn't getting in the way of my progress toward my vision, if that makes sense. And there's times I think where the ego can serve us, and I think there's times where the ego can undermine us. And I just want to build a productive relationship with my ego and make sure that it gets the limelight it deserves, and maybe no more, no less, if that makes sense. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Let me know if you have any thoughts or questions as we go through the session today. I'm going to hit some online classes here, update you guys with what I'm doing on that front. Going to hit a super light drum practice, and then continue to get the studio dialed in. Some of the goals for the studio today are hooking up the speaker system, ordering some more foam for mid and high frequency absorption, trying to tame the flutter echo in the back of the room that's kind of bothering me, then yeah, that's pretty much it, actually. I would be really happy if I got that done. And then the next step is just cleaning up some of the debris that's sort of in the studio from the collateral damage from moving. So I'll talk to you guys in a few. See you. Alright, good session overall. Got a little sidetracked in the middle, so didn't get to setting up the speaker system, but I may have some time to do that tonight, which I'd happily use for that, or I might just hit it hard tomorrow. But some good things. I did catch up on the vlog a little bit. Fortunately, that's kind of been weighing on me, and I was sort of questioning the value of the vlog for a long time, but I realize it's worth it, and I want to invest in it, and so that's what I'm going to do. So I just did that, edited a video from a month ago now. I'm a month behind on the vlogs, but I'll catch up. Then I got into the online class run and just was sort of meditating on the lesson from yesterday, which was posing the question, what do you want the sonic signal